Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Miss Faye, and this is my world. Okay, we're going to talk about men and why you should not change for a man. Now, first, before we get started, I'd like to thank you so much for supporting this channel, and also thank you for the wonderful comments. Just keep them coming. I love reading them, and I will respond to those that I'm able. Okay, men, and why you should not sacrifice yourself for a man. Now, many times we just feel like we need to alter who we are to either get a man or to keep a man. And this is what I want to talk to you ladies about. Is he worth it? Is he worth your sacrifice? Is he worth you changing who you are to suit him? You know, men have a way of when they get involved with us, they want to change us right away. Now, they were attracted to you just the way you were. Think about it. Just the way they meet you, they are attracted to you. But once they feel like they have you, then they start wanting to make changes. They want to tell you how to dress, how to walk, how to talk, who to be with, who not to be with, all of that. And this is a funny thing because men, many of them accuse women of doing this when actually it's them. Because the men, they feel like when they hook up with you, now this is the way that they see it. You submit to them, and then they are the masters over you and everything around you and this man. Okay? And this is why they feel like they can treat you any way they want to. You see? Because in the relationship, their definition of a good relationship is when you submit to them and they can have their way with you. Women, this is a totally bad idea. Number one, you don't need to submit to them because that's a dangerous area. When you are submitting to someone else to determine how you should live your own life. How you should live your own life. Now think about it, ladies. Don't sacrifice who you are for these men. I know many of us, we'll feel like when the man says, oh, you got too fat, then we want to run out to the gym and kill ourselves, to lose weight. Now, it's one thing to do these things for yourself, to make yourself happy, to feel better about yourself. But it's another thing to do it just to please a man. You don't want to change your life to please a man. I tell you, when I was dating someone, I did a lot of changes to appease the person that I was with. And now I regret doing that because, men don't appreciate those things. They say they do, but they don't. Because if they did, it would be evident in the way they treated you. And many men don't even appreciate when you go through all those changes. You see, here you are, now you've sacrificed yourself, you're looking just the way he wants you to look. And what will he do? He'll still cheat on you. It wasn't enough. Because number one, Men like a challenge. They like the challenge. And when you submit to them, you are no longer a challenge. They like to chase. They like it when you say no, I don't think I want to do that. Then it's a challenge for them to win you over, to get you to do these things. You see, we women have forgotten this, and we want to be out there picking and choosing and chasing men. That's a bad idea. That's a bad idea. And even women are out here asking men out on a date. You know, you see a man that you think you might want to be with. You don't lay back and wait for him to ask you. You want to ask him. You know, you want to jump the gun and ask the man for a date. Well, you know, you are actually making a sacrifice there, sacrificing yourself, because the man is no longer looking at you the same when you ask him out. When you ask the man out, you're looking a little desperate when you do that. It's a better idea to wait until the man approaches you. Number one, if the man does not approach you, he's not interested. Or he's already involved with somebody. Or he's just not the right one for you. You women, you need to accept that. Every man that you like is not going to be the right person for you. The person that's right for you will approach you. Will approach you. And your free will is to accept that person or not. And believe me, the right person for you, you won't have to sacrifice yourself for this person. This person will accept you the way that you are. And that's what you want. That's what you want. You know, a lot of women are out here looking for a certain type of man, and they get confused in thinking that a good man is a man that makes a high salary, a man that can afford to put you in a beautiful lifestyle. Ladies, that's a fantasy. That is a fantasy that you have been sold. You see? And now you go out and you try to find these type of men, and then you have to do all these things to keep him or to get him. You know, you have to bend over. You have to do all sorts of things. You have to alter your appearance, alter the way that you are, alter your true self just to be with this man. You don't want to do that. You don't need to do that. A lot of women that do that feel like they need a man. You don't want to be in that situation where you need a man. You know, think about it, ladies. What do you feel like you need him for? It's only when you feel like you need something that you're willing to sacrifice all to get it. You see? Now, you want a man who's willing to do that for you. But if you're doing that, he's never going to do that. He's never going to flip it and say, you know, I'm going to make the sacrifices for you. It's never going to happen. He's only going to take advantage, more and more advantage of you when you do that. Don't sacrifice who you are to please a man. I've seen too many women doing that. Too many women changing who they are, changing their whole personalities just to soothe and to please the man. And then the man's not satisfied with that. When you change everything to sacrifice, to be a sacrifice to get this man or to keep this man, you've lost your value in his eyes. You have lost your value in his eyes. And you feel like, you're doing all these things so he'll be happy. No. The man only values what he has to work for. He has to pay for. He has to chase after. He has to put the work in. That's what he values. You see? And if you are the one that's making all the sacrifices, he doesn't value you. And that's why he will treat you any way he likes. Any way he likes. Because you're the one that came crawling to him. Crawling and making all the sacrifices to please him. Don't do it, ladies. Don't do it. And these new age men, or so-called modern high-value men, out here looking like women, they're the very ones that want you to do it all. Because, they position themselves like they are prizes. They are prizes. It's fool's gold. It's not worth anything. You are the prize. You are the treasure. This is what I want you to understand. Don't sacrifice for men. Don't do it. Don't even dumb down for men. I've done that before, and that's a terrible mistake. You get a man, and he's a man. I've heard women say, a broke down man is better than not having any man at all. No, it's not. It's better not to have any man at all if you can't have a decent man. A decent man that treats you the way that you deserve to be treated, with respect, kindness, honesty, compassion. That's the kind of man that you deserve. But you have to value yourself to get that. You can't be around here calling men up or texting them. I ain't heard from you in a while. Where are you? What are you doing? And stuff like that. No. Don't call men. Don't text men at all. Work on yourself. Love yourself. And let me tell you, don't be afraid to be alone either. It's a grand thing to be alone. There's a difference in being alone and being lonely. And see, a lot of women are willing to sacrifice themselves because of that fear. Because of fear of being alone. Don't let these men tell you, you gonna die alone. So what? We all gonna die alone. You came here alone, and you're gonna go out alone. So don't you worry about that. I tell you, it's better for you to live your life alone than to live your life in misery. Than to live your life in misery. And if you are out here sacrificing yourself to keep your relationship together, your relationship is doomed anyway. Your relationship is doomed anyway. It's the man that should be sacrificing himself to be with you. You the prize. You are the treasure. You are the gift that the universe gave to the man. And he needs to cherish that gift. You see? But the gift is not the one who should be out here making the sacrifices to keep the man. That's backwards. But see, these new men are wanting you to be the man now. They wanting you to be the man. And they be the woman. They want to be treated like the woman. And they want you to be the man. Ladies, back off of that. Don't play into it. Back off of that. Let these men figure out how to be a man again. How to be a man again. And then they'll come looking for you. You understand? That's so important. It's too many women out here that are being taken advantage of big time for their time, for their money, for you understand? For everything they have for men. Just to have a man. Just to have him sitting there. I was listening to something the other day, and where this woman says, everything this man has is because of me. I buy his clothes, I bought his car, I pay for the place where he lives and everything. So this man belongs to me. Let me tell you something, ladies. You can't buy a man. A man will do whatever he wants to do. And you really don't have any control over that. You can check him all you want. You understand? You can beat off all the people that you want. But a man will do whatever he wants to do, whenever he wants to do it, no matter what. And he is merely taking advantage of you. Taking advantage of you. And ladies, remember, if you are a certain age, don't feel desperate. You don't need a man. If you are financially stable and capable, you don't need a man. I know a lot of ladies my age will say, I'm lonely, and I need companionship. Buy yourself a dog. Go out and get you a puppy or a kitten or something like that. You don't need a man to come in there to aggravate your life, to spend up all your money, to tear up your car, and to break things up in your house or to take your house. There's too many men out here trying to take advantage of women today. And women are making too many sacrifices for this misery. Because it's misery what you're getting when you're making all these sacrifices. Now, my disclaimer is, I'm not saying all men. But it's too many men out here that are doing this. To avoid meeting those kind of men, ladies, don't make sacrifices. Don't make sacrifices. Don't loan him money. Don't give him a place to stay. Don't allow him to drive your car. Or any of that. Understand? Don't change who you are physically to suit him. If he likes long hair, let him go find somebody with long hair. If he likes somebody thin, let him go find somebody thin. You see? Don't you run out here killing yourself to be what he wants. If you are not what he wants, let him go. Let him find the type of woman that he wants. You see? And the man that finds you, he will be happy. He will be delighted to have you just the way that you are. Just the way that you are. Now, I encourage women to be healthy. Take care of yourself. Love yourself. And be healthy. You see? But if you are sacrificing yourself for a man, this is detrimental to your own self-esteem. Because you're only doing these things for somebody else, to get validation from someone else. You get that? You're only doing it to get validation from someone else. You don't want to do that. You want to love yourself. You don't need external validation for who you are, for your value, and for your own worth. You don't need anybody else to tell you that. You know that within yourself. You see? And when you know that, you won't be so quick to sacrifice yourself just to have a man in your life. Just to have a man in your life. There's too many women out here that's doing that. And that's why you're getting taken here and there and everywhere. Because you're willing to do too much just to have a man in your life. Now, ladies, if you are feeling lonely or whatever, find yourself a hobby or something. You know, gardening or making the crafts. You know, like I said, get yourself a pet. A bird, a cat, a dog. Get yourself something. You understand? For your companionship. I tell you, you get yourself an animal, they'll be more trustworthy than you running out here trying to find some man. You understand? You understand? Now, if you are fortunate enough to have a decent man approach you, you take your time. Make sure he is who he says that he is. And then move forward with him slowly. Don't start cooking for him, cleaning for him, and sexing him right away. Don't. That's a mistake. That's a mistake. Because many times you're not doing that to please you. You're doing that to please him. Stop making these sacrifices as soon as you meet these people. Just to keep him. You want to keep him engaged in you. The way to do that is make him chase you. Make him wonder where you are. You understand? Don't call him up. Don't text him up. Just be quiet. Just sit right there. Let him come for you. Let him make plans to see you. Not just to take you for granted. You understand? To come over and lay up at your house, eating up your food or whatever. Stop that. Those are sacrifices that you do not need to make to have a man. Ladies, when you love yourself, when you start loving yourself, you will understand. You will understand these things. Men have been playing these games forever. But nowadays, they want to take the women's role. And they want the women to take the men's role. They want you to pay for everything. They want you to chase them. They want you to make all sorts of sacrifices just to have them. No, ladies, don't play into that. You are the treasure. Remember that. You are the prize, not them. You are that. So just let them just stay over there and do what they do. And you take care of you. You take care of you. Let me tell you, you can be happier than you ever were by yourself than you were dealing with some crazy man. Now, don't get me wrong, ladies. I love men. I love men. Always have. But since I became more spiritual, I understand the big picture. Ladies, we have to step back and quit giving ourselves freely to men. This is the only way that men are going to change and become men again. Masculine men again. We don't need for them to be women. We don't need for our men to be women. We want them to be men and to take on the masculine role. The only way they're going to do that is through us becoming more powerful. And that, to do that, we have to take our power back, because we've been just freely giving it away by submitting to them. Now it's time to take your power back. Work on yourself. Love yourself. Let men take care of themselves. Let them take care of themselves until they realize that they need us. That they need us. And this is what will make the man change. So, ladies, I hope that I was clear in this video that you should not be sacrificing yourself to please a man. Don't do it. Don't do it. Remember that you are the prize. You are the prize. And you carry yourself like that. So I think I'm going to end it here. I wish you all well and much, much happiness. I thank you for your comments. Keep them coming. I love reading them so much. It just makes me feel closer to you. And I wish you well, and I hope to see you next time.